need tech support or have any questions. Feel free to use this tool at any point to engage with the presentation. I also encourage you all to keep your cameras on throughout the session, or at least when we break you off into breakout rooms, and unmute yourself to speak, answer questions, and participate in the breakout rooms. We really want these sessions to be as interactive and engaging as possible, and we can't do that without your participation. Please note that, as you just heard, the session is being recorded and will be used for promotional material. Feel free to tag us at anything using @OneUpToronto and #OneUpDesignCompetition throughout the sessions. Finally, closed captioning is available on Zoom, which appears on the taskbar at the bottom of your Zoom window if you require it. We also highly encourage everyone to join our Discord server, which we have just linked in the chat. And on our Discord server, you can keep up to date with upcoming One Up Toronto events and engage in conversation with your peers about various city building topics. We've also set up a specific channel, #DesignCompetitionQuestions, dedicated to any questions you might have about the One Up Design Competition, and we'll do our best to get back to any of you in 24 hours. So before we formally begin our session, it's important to acknowledge that Toronto is and has been the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, and the Huron-Wendat. It's now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people. I wish to recognize the long-standing and ongoing Indigenous stewardship of this territory, as well as recognize that Toronto is covered by Treaty 13, signed with the Mississaugas of the Credit and the Williams Treaties. I recognize that at our webinar today, students might be spread all over the GTA and would like to acknowledge that these lands surrounding Toronto are further covered by the Johnson Butler Purchases and Treaty 19. We'd also like to take this opportunity to thank our generous sponsors for their contributions. The One Up Design Competition, amongst our many other initiatives, would not be possible without their support. At the top, our diamond sponsor this year is IBI Group. Next, our platinum sponsor is SVN Architects and Planners. Our gold sponsors this year are GSP Group, Janet Rosenberg Studio, PFS Studio, GH3, Urban Strategies, MGMA, Core Architects, Perkins & Will, 880 Cities, and the Ontario Association of Landscape Architects. Anika, is your audio okay yet?
I'm okay to take over Anika's slides for now while she fixes that up, so we can head on to the next slide, Lulu.
For sure.
Perfect. Okay, so we just want to quickly give an overview as to what today's session will be looking like. So we're first going to show a video for you guys before you head out into breakout rooms and meet with your assigned experts as well as working with your group. And then we're going to come back into the main room closer to the end of the session for closing remarks. So before we head into breakout rooms, we're also going to introduce our wonderful experts that we have for today's session. And then we're going to watch a quick instructional video on your deliverables. Once we head into breakout rooms, your teams can start sharing your session 1 and session 2 deliverables with the expert. So walk them through your work in progress so far. You can ask them any questions and they can provide any feedback to you as well. During the time that you're not meeting with your assigned expert, start working on your session 3 deliverables, which we'll touch on a little bit later, but that includes the concept plan and overall statement. So working towards your final design. And finally, as I mentioned, we'll gather back into the main room for closing remarks. So we're now going to play the design challenge video for you, which will guide you and your members through the working to show the experts for session 2, precedent and programming.
Hi everyone, welcome to session 2's instruction video. Today's main goal is to develop a strategy for the design. The materials required for this session is the bubble diagram and collecting precedent images for the project. First, you will be collecting precedent images, real-life examples of what your site may potentially look like. You can search online for related landscape architecture projects and community garden spaces. Pinterest and Google are good too. Try to find as many images in the categories listed in the Design Participant Guide. This is an example of what the precedent boards can look like. As you can see on the screen, this is a bubble diagram. You will be creating one with your team to identify what you imagine to happen in these spaces. Next, you will label each area as either active, passive, transitional, softscape, hardscape, education art, etc. If you are unsure about any of the terms I just mentioned, feel free to refer to the key definitions section in your package. Lastly, you will illustrate the circulation of the space. Where is the access into the garden, entrances from the buildings, pedestrian walkways, and bicycle parking? Use arrows and colors to show the different types of circulation. Thank you and good luck.
Sorry, I'm just struggling to get to the next slide, but we'll now, you can also begin working on the session 3 deliverables when you're in your breakout rooms, which includes a concept plan to show the layout of the proposed elements and a short description of the elements if there is space. You can also provide an overall statement of your design solution and theme. Now we'd like to welcome our experts for this week's session. Jennifer, if you want to introduce them while I figure out my technology issues.
Yeah, of course. So we have 6 wonderful experts joining us today. So you can quickly say their name. If you guys want to give a wave to the participants, that would be great so they know what you look like. So we have Sydney, who is a planner and urban designer at GSP Group. We have Juan, who is a planner and environmental engineer. We also have Matthew, who has previous work experience in active transportation and is currently studying education at U of T. And we have Wesley, who is a multidisciplinary artist and community advocate. And then from our Urban Mind side, as we mentioned earlier, we also have Catherine and Arij joining us and helping out as experts today. We're so excited to have all the experts with experience in various fields joining us today and providing you all with feedback.
So once we head into the breakout rooms, your teams can start sharing on your session 1 and session 2 deliverables, and you can share them with the experts. During that time, that you're not meeting with your assigned expert, you'll work on your session 3 deliverables, which includes the concept map and overall statements.
All right, and we did want to talk briefly about the prizes for the design competition. So for our first place prize, we have a $500 cash prize as well as a Design TO membership for the winning team. And we also have a People's Choice Award. So that'll be a $25 gift card that you can redeem at either Indigo, Subway, or Uber Eats for each member. And leading up to our conference, we also have a pre-conference giveaway going on. Our conference this year is happening on March 13th. And for those who sign up, you have a chance of winning a $25 Starbucks gift card as well.
Registration is currently open for the OneUp conference, so be sure to sign up as soon as before registration closes on March 12th. For more details and to register, go to oneupconference2022.eventbrite.ca, and we'll now post the link to the Eventbrite in the chat box. One more reminder to take a look at the judging rubric that was also sent to your email. This is what the judges will be using to decide the winning project. Your team's project will be judged based on the deliverables, and you'll have an opportunity to highlight your work by giving a 3-minute presentation at the OneUp conference on March 13th. So I think we can open the breakout rooms now.
All right, thank you everyone. Great, good luck in your breakout rooms, and we look forward to meeting you back in the main room.
Brian and Angela, do you think we should make the experts co-hosts so they can move between rooms? All right.